one person watching, but it's probably me watching myself. Me, myself, and I. Oh, more than just me. Good morning, people. How are you all these couple of days before Christmas? I am finishing my morning coffee. You know, that seems to be a new Corona thing where I can't get started early in the morning like I used to. Good morning, Aunt Beck. Hello. Make sure everything's plugged in correctly. All right. We're going to work on a December daily bonus page again. Oh, the journal's getting nice and fat. It's looking good. And this is a December daily, so it goes past Christmas. And I do think that I'm going to try to fill up the rest of the pages at the end of the book, you know, through the end of the year. I do think I'm going to do that. So anyway, we're going to put that aside for a minute because I wanted to share that I got some happy mail in my P.O. box yesterday. Well, I mean, I got it yesterday. I don't know when it was sent. But we go once a week to check on it. I got this cute little angel ornament. And this is from Shell C. That was my phone. Hold on. What is that? No, it's just an Etsy thing. Okay. So this is from Shell C, and it's I'm sure it's intended to be an ornament because there's a loop on the top. It's this cute angel. I do think that, and I should say before I continue, there's also this little snowman, looks like maybe a rubber stamp that she colored in or something on the corner of the envelope, which is so cute. So I think we're going to use that today. And I do think that we're going to maybe tip this in or something. I don't want to glue her down, but I do think I want to put her in somewhere. So I think we're going to keep these aside. And I also spent some time recently taking some digital downloads from Mike Deacon's Etsy shop and making them into stickers. Now, for the most part, I like skull things. So there's skull themed things, which aren't super appropriate for December daily. But also one of the downloads Mike and Ian had were these blueprinty images of gears. And I do like blueprints a lot. And I printed all of these on sticker paper and then cut them out. So these are all now stickers. And because I purchased the digital downloads, I can reprint them over and over again. So whether it's digital downloads from my shop or someone else's, that's always a good idea. We did the same thing with, where are they? They're in here somewhere. We did the same thing with these digital backgrounds. Oh, here they are. And these woodland animals and trees. These are all, sorry, I'm off camera. These are all from digital downloads. So, you can create your own stickers, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a fun time doing. So I kind of wanted to pull a few of these out, like maybe the blueprints. Let's see. I purchased a few different sets from his store. He had some that were just like backgrounds. So we'll pull a couple of those out because those might work. Hey, darling. Okay, so we've got some stickers from the digital downloads from my Deacon's shop. We've got the digital downloads we purchased before and made into stickers from the Woodland Creatures. I've got some more skyscapes. I painted a few more. We've got the piece of Happy Mail from Shell C and the envelope. I also got a, we did early Christmas with the kids. And so this was the cute little present that my husband put, or a tag my husband put on one of my presents that he wrote to Gina from Santa with the ribbon. So I'm going to save that and maybe use that in something. So we've got that. And there's another little piece of ribbon from something else. First, we're going to start with picking our word, because we're all about positive affirmations this December. And the farther we get into the pandemic, the more important it is to acknowledge what's going on, yes, but also, not let it overwhelm you. So we are going to pick a positive affirmation. Hey, Marion. And we are going to focus on that on our page today. So I'm going to just be giving these a good stir. And let's pick a word. Serenity. Oh, that's something in short supply these days. Oh, yeah. Serenity. Okay, so now that we've picked our word, we need to find that accompanying sticker to go with the word to use in our book. Serenity. Wow, that's going to be a tough one. I probably should have my glasses on. Oh, there they are. I was going to say, but I don't know where they're at. But they're right here. Okay. So all of the kids did very well in the gift giving and picking for everyone. But more importantly, we had a good time and a nice dinner with them. We do them Christmas kind of early with them. And we only see the kids. We aren't seeing anybody else. The kids are in our bubble and have been since this whole thing started. So before anybody freaks out. And if they do have to, and they don't see anybody else except us really anyway either. But if they do have to see somebody else or they have to go somewhere, then we have them quarantine away for 2 weeks before we see them. Just FYI. All right, I'm going to move some of this stuff out of my way. What kind of projects are you all doing this December to make it through? Sorry about that. My phone is I don't know what the deal is with my phone this morning. I'm going to fold this back on itself. It's getting a little puffy. I need a clip. Let's get another clip. Okay. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do with our page. Serenity. I have to think. I don't know off the top of my head. It's a good word though. But it's in short supply these days. I'm kind of feeling these. It's not your traditional Christmassy thing, but I like the way that looks. I think we have a few more snowflakes left. Which is amazing because I punched so many snowflakes. Okay. So the first thing I usually do is sort of a test run. Do you guys all do that for placement of elements? One more blue snowflake. You know, I kind of like that. Wait, we're going to need a label. Label. I should probably leave the labels out because I don't know. For all I know, we're doing a couple bonus pages today. I need a pen. I need a glue stick. I need all the things for the things. Let's see, pen, glue stick. Oh, yay, Aunt Beck. Oh, I'm so happy for him. Okay, we've got our label. That's great. Okay, I do kind of like the way this is looking, so we're going to go with that, at least for the minute. So the first thing we need to do is pull the backs off these stickers. I'm so happy for him. Most of us know that as we get older, when things like that happen and you have to look for new work, it gets really difficult. So this is just Avery label paper, but this is the Avery label that's the entire 8.5 by 11 sheet is a label. It's not pre-cut at all. And that's the kind I prefer to use. It is very easy to do, whatever shape you want. That's okay. I can't type on a good day, Aunt Beck. I understood what you meant. Okay, so we're going to put our word here. Oh, except for I missed a piece of label back. There we go. Okay, we're going to put our snowflakes on next. I'm going to need this. Yeah. The kids did get me a little keyboard to go with my iPad for Christmas, which is handy because the little keyboard on your mobile devices, as we get older and can't see, and or like if you're like me and you have fat fingers, is really hard to type on. I don't know that that means I'm going to get away with doing no typos, but you know, it's more convenient. Okay, that's the last of this sort of turquoisey tealy snowflakes. I don't have any more of them. That's it. Let's see if I can get the knot in this out. I have like no fingernails right now because, well, I never have long fingernails anymore. I haven't done that in years, but I don't know about you all. but I'm washing my hands so much and using so much hand sanitizer. My hands and fingernails are so dry. I'm having to use oil and things on my hands and on my nails because my nails are splitting. Yeah, see, it's not just me. Oh, thank God. I was like, my nails are splitting. I have one nail that splits anyway because I broke it a long time ago and I damaged the nail bed. That's a long story, but it was, it's something I've gotten used to. But now not all of them, two of my other nails on the same hand are splitting. And my hands my skin is so dry that I'm using vitamin E oil and jojoba oil mix on my nails and my hands at night and sometimes during the day. And it seems to be helping the fingernails and the skin, but oh my God. Let's see. I think I want to put this here. I think I want to do this, but I think I want to do it so that I don't think I want to glue her down. What do you all think? I think I want to do it so that you can like do this. Hey, Linda. I take biotin. It does help a lot. Hey, Nell. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Trying to decide what to do on my page because for some reason this morning I'm just having issue. Let's see. I need some double stick tape, I think. Which I have somewhere. Here we go. It's not like I don't have tape. Got a giant bin full of tape. Okay. Fun fact, I got a new chair during COVID because my old chair gave out, and the new chair is very comfortable, but it's so high off the ground that my feet don't reach the ground. I am short on the short side, but No, I haven't now. This is not something I've done in the book. But this, I was saying before you all joined, I got some happy mail from Shell C, and she sent this cute angel ornament. And then this tag is from a gift from Santa. That's my husband's handwriting, by the way. Hang on one second, because my phone is really loud. Why is my phone so loud? I'm going to just turn it off because for the moment it's going to be loud. Okay. And so I kind of want to use it in the page, but I'm kind of thinking too that I want to do 2 pages today. So does it need to be here or on the next page? So that would be the question. The envelope also has this cute little snowman on it, which we should probably cut out because I want to use that. That's a good idea. See? And I could even make a side pocket out of the envelope she came in. I knew you guys were smart. And I could cut this in half. And that way I could make the pocket out of this. I could still get access to that little snowman. She could be in the pocket. See? Oh, and the tag can be right there. You guys are so smart. Hey, Petra. Good morning. So that's a great idea. So let's do a side pocket, because then otherwise too, the thing is, if I just put her on the page, whether I staple her or have her flip up, then there's no place to do any writing of a quote or anything. Now the question is am I gonna want to do it here or there? I think I still want to do it here. Maybe not. Maybe I want to do it here. Nope, I want to do it here. Yeah, and then like you said, yeah, then she's not glued down. Plus, then I have a pocket if I want to put little notes in or anything. Some of you all have sent me some Christmas cards. Left, left, left. My left over here. Anyway, so one of you sent me a very nice note with a bunny drawing on the note, which is so cute. And it's downstairs with all the cards right now, but I do think I want to stick it in here. So over here now. Then we don't cover up the word serenity, so that's probably a good idea. So let's go back here. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So the to-do list, oops, can go right here on the pocket. Great ideas. Let's see, can I just do this? So whenever I tip things in, I always put tape on both sides of whatever it is I'm tipping in. And I do leave a little bit of a space, a 16th of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch. It folds over better when you do that. Now, I know there's lots of different ways to tip things in, but that's how I do it. And I've found that it's very secure that way. I also tend to use just masking tape, or I will use washi tape, but I will use the kind that's very, very sticky. There are some kinds out there, as you all probably know. I really wish I had more coffee, sorry. As you all probably know, that are kind of low tack and they don't stick. If you're going to use that one, because the designer color on it is great for your journal, then I would recommend putting some glue down, glue stick or regular glue, then put the tape, then flip it over, put some more glue down, put some more tape to really make sure it sticks. And then we need our, oh, there it is, to-do list. I'm running out of to-do lists, you guys. I might have to make copies of the to-do list. Holy cow. Yeah, that will go right there. Glue stick. Sounds like a delivery truck. I guess people don't know what to give us for Christmas, so we've gotten 2 big giant food baskets so far this week. One yesterday and one a couple of days before that. So if we get told tomorrow we can't go anywhere and we're stuck in, we are not going to starve. And then I'm thinking, yep, let's see. Let's grab this one. This is just double stick tape. This is from Daiso, the Japanese dollar store. See, the only problem with having like no fingernails or fingernails shorter than normal is peeling this thing off the tape. There we go. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. And she can go right in here. Oops, she lost a flower. Oh, I guess it's not the first one she lost. There's another one that's missing. Okay, we'll glue this one back on. Okay. She can go right there. Ah, that's a good idea. That looks cute. Okay, so this will be our thoughts, which can go back here. So that's perfect for that. We have room for our quote. I do wish I had more blue snowflakes, but I don't want to stop and cut some. But I do have these other colors. And it's not like I don't have lots of things to color around me. In fact, I just have this pen here. We're going to just do this. So I'm going to take, this is a highlighter pen. This is a Java Powerline, and this is Mild Smoke Blue, which, yeah, should be about the same color as that colored cardstock that I used. It's close enough. Normally I'm the lazy crafter and I can't be bothered with something like that, but you know, I don't want to pull out the big shot right now. So anyway, I was saying about the Christmas cards. Some of you all have sent me Christmas cards, which I love, and I love seeing them. Bob loves reading the notes, and the one with the bunny in it was just so cute. The drawing, it's a pencil drawing of a bunny. I don't remember which one of you sent it. It's downstairs. What kind of projects are you all working on to stay occupied and de-stressed and focused on what you can that's good this holiday season? What kind of things are you guys doing? I'm going to do one more. Let's do this one. Everybody's so quiet this morning. I've been making a concerted effort to not watch the news, to try to find other things to watch. But there's not a lot of other stuff out there. But I'm going back to watching my old soap opera, General Hospital, and I'm going to be going back to watching and catching up on episodes of Star Trek. For those that don't know, because I don't know where you've been, I'm a Star Trek fan and not a Star Wars fan. Oh, Marianne, I'm so sorry. My husband has a really bad back. And I know when his goes out, it's really, really bad. Oh, nice. Yeah, finishing up projects that we kind of all forgot that we even had, right? I have some of those. All right, let's get some more decorations on here before we do anything else, because, yeah. Let's get that on there. I do know we want to put that right about there. Before we put these other three on here, I think we're going to look for a quote. Pencil sketches, pencil sketches are a good thing. I don't know if I have more of these. I guess we're going to find out. Let's look for a quote before we do anything. It requires me turning my phone back on. Knitting is great. I love, one of the benefits of being stuck in is we're all able to catch up on those projects that we've lay aside, or we just have never done anything with. I'm loving that part of being stuck in. Yeah, when your back goes out, you need good pain meds. Linda, yeah. So my husband likes Breaking Bad. To be honest, I'm not a fan. He likes Breaking Bad and The Office. I know it's going to be not a popular opinion, but they're not my favorite shows. Okay, so now we're going to look for a Serenity quote. Maybe I can find one that doesn't have to do with Alcoholics Anonymous. We'll see. So I usually have two different websites that I like to look at. One is goodreads.com and one is brainyquote.com. Generally, one of the two of them will give me a quote I like. Yeah, so I binge watch Star Trek a lot. That's a thing. Let's see. Stop that. Never respond to an angry person with a fiery comeback, even if he deserves it. Don't allow his anger to become your anger. It's not a Serenity quote, but it's good. Let's see. Oh, none of those are really speaking to me. Let's see. Let's try brainy quotes. Yeah, this is the one that came to my mind when I saw the word serenity, and maybe that's the one I should use, although I know it's used in a lot of group therapy type situations, but there's might be a reason for that. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I'm kind of not able to get past that, so I think that's the one we're going to use. Yeah, I think it's a great quote. Especially for 2020, right? Just enough room. Holy cow. All right. And then the name. Okay, go back and dot all my I's. I wrote really big today. I must have really needed this quote to like scream out at me because holy cow, look how big that is. Yeah, this serenity prayer. I don't know that I have the patience to do this in cross stitch, to be honest. But I must have like, that's just screaming at me now. I must have really needed to hear that. That's just crazy talk. How big that is. Not the quote. The quote's perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna do, let's do our other snowflakes first because I'm feeling like I wanna do that. I'm gonna put one here, I'm gonna put a couple up here. I'm gonna put one there. Now, one of the things I do with my glue, we'll talk about art supplies while I'm gluing snowflakes down. I usually have one or two of these Yoo-Hoo glue sticks that are empty or just, you know, just at the plastic guard of empty. And rather than toss them, what I do is take one of the empties and it's sort of a dedicated one and I dig out the other ones and then I pack it in to this one. So this one is blue at the bottom and white on top because I packed in some other glue. And then I just pack it in. I use a spatula and pack it in because I'm cheap that way. There was one more snowflake. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Because you know. So anyway, you can use like a popsicle stick or something, and when you get down to the plastic guard, there'll still be glue in there. You can dig it out, and if you save one of these that's like almost empty or empty, you can screw it down, take out the glue from the one that's the other one, and like pack it in, and sort of create a new glue stick and not throw the glue out. Three more Christmas cards to shove into the tree. So many handmade cards. Well, bless you for making all those handmade cards. All right, so now we need to put our thoughts. My thoughts. Okay, let's see. I didn't even think about it, and that's what we wrote. Now, how many people back in the day, thinking about Aunt Beck's handmade cards, you know, how many of us did Christmas craft fairs this time of year? And, you know, you make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Christmas ornaments, angels. Who remembers paperclip angels? Among other things. Yeah, there's a reason I don't do like Christmas ornaments anymore. So we're going to glue that in. And that's our first page of the day. I love that. With our tip in. And yeah, she could come out and go on the tree. Oh, we have to do our to-do list. Clothespin angels, yep. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it this way just because there's glue dry back there. Or wet, actually. No, I don't need to do it that way. I can. Will that fit? Yep. There we go. To-do list. There we go. Hello from Greece. Wow. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we're doing bonus December daily pages. I actually need to go get my book of sticky notes. This may be the last to-do list one that I have, which I've had these for so long. I never, ever thought I would use them all up. Let me go grab the sticky notes and we can see if we've got more. I have no idea. I think most of the sticky notes are in there. So this is a traveler's notebook. Oop, oop, oop. I paused myself. How did I pause myself? There we go. Hey, Laura. It's so great to have you all here. So we're working on bonus December daily pages. And we just finished this one. Yeah, I did crocheted ornaments, crocheted little doilies during the Christmas craft fair years. Well, I live in Oregon, which I affectionately call the land of much water, many bridges, and no direct route to anywhere. It's not actively raining right now, but it has been, and it's overcast. And because on the west coast of the United States, we had so many wildfires this spring and summer, there's a lot of flooding and things like that. So, but we're fine, but it's very wet outside. I think it's been 2 or 3 days since we've been walking because it's been raining so heavy. So this is a traveler's notebook cover that I use for storing stickers and sticky notes. And I don't remember where I got this one from. It's not, it's one of the Traveler's Notebook copy covers. It might be the one from Michael's. And I have some Hita stickers, which, fun fact, I love Hita stickers. I am trying to use them up. A lot of stickers in here, but there are some sticky notes. There's some flags. Oh, look what I have. Ha! We're going to need those. More to-do notes. I did not know I had more. I have a sticky note thing. I I think that's the only one that's in here. This is the only place I have sticky notes. I used to have a bigger collection of sticky notes than I do now. I'm glad I have more of those to-do lists though. Okay. Now I don't know what we're going to just put it on the floor. So yeah, Petra, it's been dark and rainy here in Portland too, very similar to Germany. So we're going to leave that there because this is wet, and I'm going to do this. That will protect all of that work under there. And I should have something else I can stick in this other side because I have a lot of these around. You see? And I cut them out of whatever plastic packaging I happen to have. This one is from Stampers Anonymous stamp set packaging. And for those that don't know, I put plastic between my pages, something hard and plastic, because one, I'm a messy, lazy crafter, and I tend to get glue and stuff everywhere and have things stick together if I don't. Two, because I've glued and put textury stuff on the back, like the tip in, if I have the plastic here, it gives me a harder, smoother surface to work on than it would without it. And this is a Moleskine Cahier, so it's got thin paper. So that's real important. So I used to do fabric fortune cookies made out of a round circle of fabric. Actually, I would fuse 2 layers of fabric together and then cut circles out of it and then dip them in Stiffy and then shape them into the shape of a fortune cookie. And sometimes I would put little positive affirmation messages inside of them. And I would just have bowls of these fabric fortune cookies laying around, and they were more of a decor thing than anything, but I sold so many of them along with the paperclip angels and so many cell phone bags. I used to make cell phone bags. So many things that I just don't like making anymore because I just made too many of them and I OD'd on it. Okay, so we're going to do another bonus page because that's what I feel like doing today. And I still want to use the little snowman that Shell put on the outside of the envelope that the angel came in because he is cute. What's the date today? The 22nd. So if you're going to do something like a December daily, and you know that's really not necessarily your bag, like it's not mine, it doesn't have to be your traditional December daily. It can just be something more of a positive affirmation journal like this one is. We need to pick a positive affirmation word. Yeah, so last night was crazy with the rain and the wind here in northern Oregon, northwestern Oregon. I don't think it's super sunny outside, but it's not raining. I think we have a day or two of like no rain and then it starts raining again. So I'm just picking out a positive affirmation word out of my bowl. Here we go. Conviction. Wow, that's kind of a powerful word, conviction. You need to find the accompanying sticker to go with it. These positive affirmation cards are a digital download in my Etsy shop. You get the words, and then you also get a couple of different sheets of something you can use for the backing design on the paper, on the cards. There we go. Hopefully all the words are spelled correctly. I did recently, after literally having these cards in my Etsy shop for years, find a spelling error. Okay, so conviction. I do have these Christmas washies, but I don't know about using them. Let's see. So now I start figuring out what bits and pieces I want to go on the page. Nope, not feeling those. Yeah, so the crocheted little snowflakes and doilies are fun because you can, actually, I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I am feeling that. Because you can again, you can dip the crocheted item in Stiffy and then let it harden, and it'll stiffen it up a lot, and then you can hang it on the tree. You can also use liquid starch. I'm liking that. I think we have to punch snowflakes, you guys. I need some snowflakes because I'm really wanting to use snowflakes. I have 3. I suppose I could use what I have. Of course, it's been snowing here, but it's above freezing, so it's turning. Yeah, I don't know. I like snow as long as we only get a couple of inches. Yeah, I think I need to because I'm really wanting to do another page, but I'm really wanting more snowflakes. So I think we need to just set this aside and we need to make more snowflakes. So let me go get it. I wasn't planning on doing that, but hold on. Okay, so I got rid of my yeah, we can probably do that. Let me see what I can do, Petra. You also can order them if they're not currently in stock directly. I can have them drop shipped from the manufacturer, which is Rubber Moon. Yeah, I like snowflakes. Thank you so much. Most of the ephemera is homemade. Not all of it, but most of it. I have some Tim Holtz Christmas bits. These deer that you see here, these are printed on sticker paper from a digital download, as is this one. As are these little people that you can see on camera. These are from my Etsy shop. So yeah, so most of this is handmade. So the snowflake die is Sizzix Thinlits 661599 for those that aren't aware. We're going to turn this off or you're going to get nothing but glare, which is not going to be fun for anybody. I should get my other piece of plastic. Okay. So for the most part, I just use cheap drawing paper to cut these out. And I'm not careful about what piece of plastic I use because both of these are pretty marked up. But I'll just line them up. Try to get as many of them on here as I can. Yeah, Petra, aren't you in Patreon or something? A supporter of the channel in one or either Patreon or YouTube membership? Because I was going to start releasing some of those things as digitals for you all who are supporters of the channel, FYI. Okay, now we need a piece of paper, which should be easier said than done. Let's see. What is this? It's a pretty blue color. I don't think I want to use that though. Oh, we've got this one. That'll work. Yep, so there you go. So look for that, okay? So then we're going to just run this through. I can't guarantee this won't shake the camera, so. Now I usually run it through 2 or 3 times. And if you have one of your sheets of plastic for your Big Shot that's like curved, put it in curved side up so that'll help flatten it out a little bit. Like it just did that one. It didn't do it completely, but it did a bit. Now I've got snowflakes to play with. And because they're made out of this painty paper, I can use them this way or I can turn them over and use them in the white. So that's perfect. The biggest problem with these snowflakes is digging them out of the dies. Okay, there we go. And before anybody asks, I do have a little tool thing that you're supposed to use to do this with, but I forgot to grab it. I like this particular set of dies because you have snowflakes in all different sizes in here, not just big or little. And when you're doing some sort of journaling, or I would imagine card making, although I don't do a lot of that anymore. I don't like to be stuck with just one size. I like to have a variety. I tend to be a gorilla when I'm pulling stuff out, so I'm trying not to like rip my snowflakes in half. I just want a few more that I can work with. And this is just some paper that I jelly printed on before, so. All right. I'm going to need that little tool. Hang on. Okay, so this little tool is by Spellbinders, the one I have, although I think other manufacturers make this. And when you're doing something like these little snowflakes and doily dies, and they don't, all the little bits don't want to come out, you can use the brush end to knock them out. There's also a pokey tool on one end. And you can get all the little bits out that way. And I don't think the pokey end is supposed to be hooked. Mine is hooked. I think I probably mangled it at some point. Because, you know, my middle name is neither Patience or Grace. Ask my husband. Yeah. So you just have to spend some time and like get all the little bits out. Which is why I usually do a whole bunch of these, because I can just sit here. I just put some music on or whatever show I'm binge watching at the moment. And I just make snowflakes. And, you know, even after December is over, winter is still going to be going on for a lot of us in the Northwest, especially. And so you can still do some sort of winter journal or winter themed journal. Okay. All righty. Now we've got some more snowflakes to work with. So yay. So Petra, remind me later if you need to that I said that I'll release. And it's a good idea. I can start releasing some of those things as digital downloads, maybe one at a time for supporters and Patreon members. Okay, so I like that better. Now I will say that some of these snowflakes I'm going to turn over and use on the white side, but I think some of them I'm not. I'm going to use this way. I like that idea a lot. Okay. The question is always a question. All right, we're going to grab a to-do list. And actually, I think I'm going to just try to get this one off of here. See if I can get it off without ripping the crap out of it. Nope. That would be a no. Mine is neither Patience or Grace at all. Like there's no, it's just not possible. Let's see. I have a bunch of bits of paper. Here we go. So this has similar colors to the snowflakes we just punched. And it does, I do like it with the graffiti background from Mike Deacon stickers, which I'm not sure why I do, but I do. I don't know what about that I like, but anyway. The question is, do I want to use this as a whole here, or do I want kind of cut part of it off and put it down here, which I think I might want to do. Then the question becomes, how big do I want to make it? I'm going to just whack off a piece. I'm just not even going to think about it. I'm just going to whack some off. Let's see. All right, got to put my glasses on to peel off the backing paper because I can't see that. Okay, I'm going to put that there. We're going to put these down here. I like that this one just says you. Just right there, it just says you. Total accident. I like these homemade stickers. I'm liking not having to glue everything down and just having something I could just peel and stick. It's probably the lazy crafter side of me. Yeah, and then we're going to stick conviction on there. Isn't there a quote somewhere about the strength of your convictions? Okay, now we're going to do our, now we need glue. We're going to do our little snowman from Shell C. And we're going to stick some of these snowflakes on here. I am totally lazy. Are you kidding? There's an easy, lazy way to do stuff. That's the way I'm going to do it. Okay, wait, I'm going to move that over just a little bit. There aren't too many projects in art that I can say that I've ever spent a ton of time working on and really focusing on, because again, I am a lazy crafter for the most part, and I like immediate satisfaction. That doesn't mean it never happens, but it's not common. The one exception to that rule seems to be the slow stitching portraits, because those are not fast. Those are very slow and labor intensive to do. And those I seem to not mind to spend a lot of time doing. And I do think for the new year over in Patreon, we are going to do a slow stitch portrait series. We'll do some of it for YouTube members also, I think, a little bit. But there'll be more, I think, over in Patreon. I'm going to try to do more with Patreon than I've been doing. That's why my craft bill is so high. I buy the tools to make the job easier. Yeah. So all the purging I do, the one thing I don't usually purge is tools without really thinking about it. I do purge tools that I find for me don't seem to be efficient or an efficient use of my time. But that's not common. You know, tools that don't make my job easier, they make it harder. So no, but that's why our crafting community is so great, because we're here for you when you get stuck like that. And y'all should know by now, I'm all over social media. I pulled this piece of paper out and I don't think I want to use it, so that's okay. Yeah, that's what we're all here for. So I'm all over social media. You guys, if you're not in one of my art Facebook groups or connected with me on social media, why not? That's my first question. And if you are, you know, you can, when you get stuck on something, you can always message me and I'll try to help you through it. I mean, I used to be a teacher at Michael's in California, and I still occasionally get messages from students when they get stuck on a project. So I didn't expect that's where that would go, but I am liking that. Let me push it up a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, because you can't really see the bottom of the page. Maybe if we go this way. There we go. But as a crafting, arting community, we need to be there to support each other, especially right now, because oh my God. I like the way where this page is going very much. All right, we need to look for a conviction quote. I know there's a quote out there that's something about the strength of our convictions. Let's see. Let's see. So now so Nell in my Facebook groups. So before we get into the quote business, if you're in one of my Facebook groups and you're run into a problem, you need help or support, and you want to make sure I see it, tag me in the post. And then that's one way to make sure I see it. And my 2 Facebook groups, one is called My Creative Year, one is A Life of Art and Self-Expression, for those that don't know. There are links for them in the Linktree list of links in the video description here on YouTube. They are safe places to ask for help. And anybody who's not nice gets booted. You don't even get a second warning. So it's a safe, creative place, both of them. Now, A Life of Art and Self-Expression, you have more leniency to post about art and art business, post more YouTube and creative inspiration links and stuff like that than you do in My Creative Year, which is really all about the work. But that being said, they're both safe places. Oh, yeah. So I'm always around now. And the biggest thing to remember with any art and creativity is there's no right way, there's no wrong way, there's only your way. And that's not necessarily a bad way. That's a Gina quote. Okay. So I could get political with this because there's a couple of quotes that do resonate, but they're pretty political. And I don't know if that's how I want to go. I challenge us to have the courage of our convictions to fight for a fair, just, and inclusive society. That's not wrong, but I'm not sure that's where I want my page to go. This one's not bad. It's a blessed thing that in every age, someone has the individuality enough and courage enough to stand by his own convictions. That one I like. Robert Greene Ingersoll. I don't know who that is. I frequently don't know who the person is I'm writing the quote, that the quote has caught my eye, just FYI. So if it's someone inappropriate, I would have absolutely no idea. Except for once I saw a quote pop up when I did a search like this, and I'm always looking for positive affirmation quotes, mind you. And the quote was from Adolf Hitler. That I happen to know who that is, and no, I didn't use that one because, oh my gosh, hello. It's a little bit sticky right here, so I'm gonna rest my hand on the towel and see. So I like using a quote, and then as I'm writing the quote and working on the page, I like to add my own thoughts, and we do our sort of positive affirmation to-do list for those who are unfamiliar with the process. Yeah, so I usually have no idea, but if I do, like that one from Hitler, when that popped up that day, it shocked me, to be honest with you, but yeah, I didn't use that one. Oh, see, I spelled a word wrong already, and I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. Oops. It's a good thing they invented whiteout. It's not the first time in this book I've spelled a word wrong, just FYI. And I've never been one to want my journals to be perfect. I don't mind the marks and the messy handwriting, and I think it adds to the character of the book to begin with. I don't disagree with you now. That being said, if you guys are hooked with me on social media and you want a free sort of painting class from a really wonderful, very talented teacher, Pauline Agnew. I've been sharing her on my Facebook page. She has a free class out, which she does periodically during the year, but also every Christmas she does some kind of open studio free class thing, which she did, and it's like an abbreviated painting class. I really love her technique, and this one was an abstract class. So you, if you want the link later, you can message me over social media or something. I'll get it for you. Okay, so let's turn this back on and see how to spell that word because I spelled it wrong. Fun fact, my spelling sucks. When I was in elementary school, I almost got held back because I used to write all my words together with no spaces. So right here, the glue is wet. Oh yeah, friction pens. So right here, the glue is wet. So I think we need to, we might need to dry that. I might need to take it over and dry it, but let's go down here first. Okay, we're gonna put that aside, put the whiteout aside. Try to get some of that glue off of there. Yeah, I need to dry that. Let's see. better. So Yoo-hoo doesn't like you to write over it, by the way. Okay, now we'll go back and dot all our I's. It's a bit on the messy side, but again, I'm good with that. It gives it character, I think. Before we do thoughts, let's do the to-do list. I take that back. I just thought of what I wanted to say. I'm not necessarily a super political person, but this is more about decency than it is politics. So there you go. There we go. That's a good page too. I like that page a lot. A lot, a lot. I still need to make some more snowflakes, but I wanted to get that page done. We're going to get some of these scraps of paper out. And I like that. And I like the fact that I was able to use some of the homemade stickers and Happy Mail on the page. I'm gonna get some of these things out of my way. We're gonna make some more snowflakes because I really do need more snowflakes. I cut enough to do this page, but that's not enough to do going forward by any stretch. Okay, we're gonna put all this in here and get it out of my way. Yeah, I really like it. And I like doing this journal, and I have been asked a couple of times about doing something positive affirmation wise going forward. And I do think that's going to be a thing. Oops, sorry, didn't need to make that loud noise. Hold on. Okay. I do think that's going to be a thing because I'm really enjoying this sort of journaling process. And if you do follow me on social media, then you know that my daily drawing journal is done in a very similar fashion. And I am really liking that. It's really speaking to me at the moment. So I think it's something I'm going to continue with going forward. Will we always be doing it on the lives? Not necessarily. I mean, I have some painting projects and other things I want to do for the new year. So I messed up my snowflakes. I got to line them up again. Okay. So one of the things I want to do is see if maybe these scraps are too, I probably just need to get fresh paper. So when you cut snowflakes, you end up with a lot of this, which by itself can be used also for collage and stuff. the waste. I do use some of it, but what I try to do is I try to put it in the purge boxes that I sell in the Etsy shop. And I'm going to just grab some blues. Hold on one second. So I use colored printer paper or colored copy paper because when you're collaging it down into your journals, it's not very thick and it doesn't create tons of bulk in your journals. My journals tend to get bulky anyway without me trying, so I don't need to make it worse. And this is the Astro Brights paper pack. So it has lots of really bright, dark, and some dark colors in it. It's got 3 different colors of blue. And lots of other colors. And so I tend to use this one for the snowflakes and other things. Yeah, the scraps are great backgrounds for sure. And so you end up with a lot of these when you're making something as much as like the snowflakes, but that's okay. Again, like Petra said, they make great backgrounds. They make great collage papers. You could use them on cards. You can use them in journals. You can tell my table is full of stuff when I hear things falling as I'm doing this. Okay. So I usually just punch a bunch of them out, and then I worry about all the small bits later. I just want to get the like bulk cut. The other thing I use to make these is dollar store drawing paper, anything thin. If you have like old-fashioned typing paper, I bet it would make really great snowflakes. Especially if you're doing something like this on a dark background, it would be really fabulous. So before I cut another piece of paper, I've got to dig out. You know, all those snowflakes I cut when I first started this December daily journal, I did not think I'd use them all up. I was wrong. I did recently discover, new to me, I'm sure some of you have known all along, that you can order dies directly from Sizzix. No idea. They are having kind of a biggish clearance sale going on right now. I know it is, Nell. You're not wrong. I like them so much. I'm not into like, you'll notice in the journal, if you've been following along with the daily videos, that I haven't used a ton of traditional Christmassy decorations in the journal, like Santas and Christmas trees. I have a few of those things, but very few, because it's not my jam. And I love the snowflakes and the generic wintry stuff, and I'll throw in the occasional snowman or something, but yeah. The traditional Christmas stuff is not me. Hey, Barbara. Right now we're just punching some more snowflakes because I've done a couple of pages in the December daily and I ran out of snowflakes, which I didn't think was possible, but you know. So anyway, as I was saying, I haven't used a ton of traditional Christmas things in my journal because that's not what I want for my journal. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it if that's what you're choosing to do. But I will say that, if you want to do a winter themed journal, but you don't want to do a Christmas one, you want to do a December daily, but you don't want to, do it revolving around Christmas trees and Santa Claus, you don't have to. I'm certainly not doing it. And I have a lot, the nice thing about doing this is I have a lot of dies, and this gives me a reason to use them going forward and making my own embellishments, which is why I got a big shot in the first place years ago. Oh, green. Oh, I have green paper. Oh, no. No. Green is a good idea. The hardest part about the fiddly dies is getting them out. You really kind of need one of these tools with the brush and the pokey thing on one end. But yeah, I recently found out that you can get dies directly from Sizzix, which I had no idea. And they have some of them on sale right now. So they're running kind of a good sale. So if you want to add to your stash of dies, now might be a time to go, and you have a budget. Now might be the time to go do that. Let's see. I know we have a couple of greens in here. Yeah. So same Barbara, but I have less hate for the big shot than I did my silhouette, which is why I gave the silhouette away. So I have this limey green, which might be fun. Let's put this way. Now I am using a magnetic plate on the bottom because for these thinlits, it keeps them in place. So I have been known to do some intricate die cuts with an X-Acto knife, but like most art things, I have to be in the mood for that, and you have to really have sort of uninterrupted quiet time because X-Acto knives and skin aren't a good combination. So there's that. This is a little bit safer for someone whose middle name is not Grace. So you really want to run them through 2 or 3 times, or sometimes they won't cut all the way, especially if you have a die set you've used a lot and it's not as sharp as it should be. There we go. But honestly, even the couple snowflakes I've torn, I still use them. Big cricket because I found out sale part of our phone. Yeah, so I got most of the supplies for this on sale. My silhouette, I just found that for the most part, it wasted more supplies than it saved me time. And I guess a lot of you all felt that way because nobody, even friends and family who do scrapbooking and art, nobody wanted the silhouette. So yeah, so it went off to charity. Hopefully somebody bought it and is getting good use out of it. I certainly wasn't. And I find that I would rather create stickers for the Etsy shop by hand. I cut them by hand. The sticker flakes are cut by hand. I just print a bunch and then I'll take the sheets and some scissors in a little bin downstairs and cut them while I'm watching TV. Nobody bought it. I gave it away. Nobody wanted it, Nell. Nobody wanted it. So that's kind of telling. And I'm sure that at least part of it was user error, but I always have thought that the Silhouette software was very much in some respects not super user friendly. And I am not one who has tons of patience to sit and figure out software. Remember, my middle name's not Patience. And so that's kind of a thing. I have to tell you now, these green ones were a good idea. I'm looking at the pile over there at the end of the Big Shot. That's a good idea. Yeah, Barbara, the Silhouette is the thing that goes on the computer. Definitely. I had problems with the software when I was still PC driven, but now that I'm all Mac, it doesn't work as well. Which is silly in this day and age, why companies don't make software for both. That just is like silly. They have the capability, they just choose not to. No worries now. I would just say think about it a lot, and maybe if you have, that's funny, Marion. If you have a friend maybe who has one, who's not too far away, once like COVID is over and you can visit them safely, maybe go see if you can try theirs before you buy one. It's kind of a big expense to go through and then find that you don't like it. You know, if none of that's an option, then definitely get different people's opinions, not just mine, because there are people out there that love their die cutting machines. I am just not one of them. Yeah, I love this thing. This is a big kick. And this I had longer than the Silhouette, and I love this thing. And it will use all kinds of dies. I'm not restricted to just Sizzix dies. I have lots of other kind of dies. You could do any color. I'm going to stick with kind of winter foresty themed colors, but you could do any color. The only problem with cutting out dies like this, and all of you are going to be there laughing and nodding your head, is the sort of little bits of confetti that are now going to be everywhere all over my floor and table that I'm going to have to clean up. So the big kick will do even those big I have a couple of big old-fashioned, old school dies that I've picked up at Savers or whatever. The really thick ones, and it'll use those too. You just need that right plate to go through to cut it right. So with these Big Shots on the big old giant Sizzix, you can get some of these Thinlit dies in there. You just need the right plates to go in. I've got little bits of confetti. They're going everywhere. They're everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. Okay. Blue. That's a nice pile of snowflakes compared to the pitiful pile we started today with. I should be doing this with my glasses on, but I'm not, and that's a thing. So yeah, keep your eyes out at thrift shops and garage sales when you can do that sort of thing. I've picked up dies everywhere. Right now, because of the pandemic and stuff like that, there's a lot of companies that are having things on sale. So and you know, of course, you can buy them new at your shops, but use a coupon. Yeah, I have a couple of the big red giant chunky Sizzix dies. They work great in this. They're just basic shapes, but they work great. Like the kind you used to see if you were ever working as a teacher's aide, the kind you used to see at school. I wasn't a teacher's aide. I was a yard duty, but I used to fill in wherever I could. I've used this one to cut fabric, and it works really well. You just have to make sure you have enough padding, and then you need to run it through more than a couple of times to make sure you cut the fabric really well. And it works better with regular dies than it does the thinlits. The thinlits really aren't sharp enough. There's literally confetti everywhere. Okay, now we need to like roll these and get the little bits out. Yeah, so I always found that okay, when we were in California, we had Scroungers Center for Reusable Art Parts, and a lot of teachers and crafters went shopping there, and schools, when they were clearing out, you know, old supplies and things, they would send some of that stuff to scrap. And so you would go in and you would see piles of dies or guillotine paper cutters, or from a school that had just, you know, they've been clearancing out, or maybe the school closed or whatever the issue was. Those are usually good sources if you have one of those sort of art salvagey kind of places near you. We have them up here in Oregon. I know they're not everywhere. But besides thrift shops, they're another good place to go. And you know, I am one of my art friends I'm in contact with on Facebook. She was saying that she's been to a number of times. I need tweezers for this one. It didn't cut very well. She's been to a number of parties where, you know, in the day when we could still do that, where, you know, you would go to a scrapbooking or art sort of retreat thing, and everybody would bring, you know, a few dies from their stash. And you put them on a central table with a machine and, you know, or two, and everybody could cut them. This one didn't cut very well. You know what, though? I'm going to just leave it. I'm not going to poke at it. I'm going to just use it the way it is. So there's no money for art supplies at all, and that's, why, um, if you have one of these nonprofit, art salvage stores that support the schools, which Scrap in San Francisco does do, not only do they get supplies for teachers, where they can get them affordably, but they do, support the schools too. Anyway, they're a good place to send your business. Literally, I just sit here picking shit out of snowflakes, to be honest with you. Pardon my French. Yeah, some fun foam underneath might help. I don't have any right now. They're Thinlits, and honestly, if I usually run them through times and then they cut just fine. It's just, I'm on camera, so I didn't plan on actually cutting any snowflakes today and wasting all your guys' time watching me cut snowflakes. I'm sure y'all have better things to do. And honestly, picking some of the bits of paper out of the dies, because the dies need the paper picked out of the dies too. Oh, that's a good idea. Hold on. There's little bits of confetti everywhere. Let's see. Little bits of confetti everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so I might need to get the packing tape out for these because they would probably cut better if they didn't have all those bits in them. That being said, there is holes in the back of the die, as there are with most Thinlits. And you just sit here with there's a reason there's a pokey tool on the back of this. And it helps if I clean my dies. See, there you go. Let's see what Barbara's idea is. If I do this, if it makes any difference. Yeah, it does a little bit. Let's see. There's always one or two that don't want to come out. But this is why usually when I cut something, I'll just cut a whole bunch of it and then I don't have to worry about it. Unless I use them all up and run out. Oh, yeah, I don't want to take it out right now. I do need to get some more craft foam because I don't have any more. I think I purged it before I moved. I don't know what I was thinking. Come off. There's always one little hanging chat of a guy. Actually, this plate, Barbara, is so well used and so marked up, it might as well be a piece of craft foam because, It's like poking out hanging chads. Oh, I don't have a mouse pad. Fun fact. Let's see, what else do I have that I could use? I actually don't have a mouse pad. Hold on. I do have the soft rubbery thing that goes with my Big Shot. You know, this thing. Let's see if it works. Blue shims. This is paper to my right, Barbara. It's paper. That's craft paper. Somebody's at the door, but the husband's here. He's going to have to get it. Oh, yeah, that worked. Huh. Look at that. Another delivery. I can kind of tell the way the husband's opening the door. I hope it's not more food. There's always one right there. Oh, two. People keep sending us sweets. I'm going to be 500 pounds before COVID's over. Yep, that works. It's not any neater, but it's working better. Still going to have chads everywhere. But yeah, if you're going to do something like this and work on a themed journal like this where you need particular kinds of decorations, don't feel like you have to go buy them. Don't feel like you can't do it with what you have. Yes, you can. It's probably most of the time a better investment of your money to buy, say, a snowflake die than to go about and buy a whole bunch of packs of pre-cut snowflakes. Because this way I spend maybe a little bit more initially, but I can make as many snowflakes as I want for as long as I want. And as long as I'm able. Yeah, so tools are not something I often get rid of. Again, I said that earlier. The silhouette was the first tool in a long time I got rid of. When I'm getting rid of a tool, that's kind of telling if you follow me, because I don't usually get rid of tools. Sometimes I'll purge tools I have too many of that I find I'm not using, like punches. But I usually have a decent supply of basic shapes. I find there's some sort of themed shapes I don't use, and maybe I bought initially because I got wrapped up in the hype. Like, you know, maybe, I don't know, Christmas tree punch or something. But then if I find I'm not using it, then I'll get rid of it. That doesn't happen that often. I have purged a few tools recently, though, because I just kind of was like, okay, this just doesn't serve me, or this doesn't work the way they said it was going to. But I have like Creative Memories punches that go way back. I love those things. The corner rounder, Creative Memories corner rounder. Love that thing. Here's a question for you that I am inspired to ask by our conversation right now. What is your favorite tool in your art room? Besides a paintbrush. Get creative here, people. What's your favorite tool? Oh, you're Misty. Yeah, my stamping platform is a good tool. I don't rubber stamp a lot, but those are some of the tools I'm not getting rid of. First of all, I design rubber stamps, but when I do use them, I usually want to layer them, and the MISTI makes that so easy. Or a similar stamping platform. I actually have that Tim Holtz one. Paper cutter, yep. Yep, a good black stamp pad. And for most of us, a good black waterproof stamp pad, or water resistant. Distress stamp pads are great and all, but then if you want to use it along with paint or something, then it's going to just smear. You know, why did I choose to wear black today? I have a black shirt on, for those that aren't unaware. It is now going to be covered with little bits of paper. Like the other day when I decided to do some acrylic pouring, and I had a white t-shirt on. Thankfully, I didn't get any on my t-shirt, but it was a close call a couple of times. I am very much. It's going to be covered in little bits of paper now, probably for the rest of the day. It's a good thing I'm not really going anywhere. But this is why, especially with these little fiddly dies, I will literally do this and I'll just make a whole bunch of them. Instead of getting frustrated when you're working on a journal page, trying to get that one or two cut that you want to use on the page, just make a whole bunch of them, and colors that you think you'll use, or papers that you think you'll use. Maybe you've done some jelly printing and you have some paper that didn't turn out so well. That paper that's maybe a little bit on the ugly side might die cut into something real pretty. So yeah, I recently did an ink pad purge because I got lost up in the hype of buying a bunch of distress ink and things like that. And the problem with that is then I just get frustrated because the ink runs. I want a watercolor on top of it or something else. And I really prefer the archival ink. And so anyway, I did a big purge. I really only use a couple colors of ink when I do use ink, because I will add color with paint usually, or marker or pencil. So when you are adding tools to your stash and your supplies, and I've said this before in regards to other things like color pencils, just because they do make like almost 300 colors of Prismacolor pencils doesn't mean you need all 300 colors. So I would, start off by getting a basic set of tools or supplies and then see how much you really like it. If there's a color, like if it's paint, is there a color that you find yourself mixing all the time? Then maybe you just need to add that color to your stash. But it doesn't mean you need every single color in the rainbow. And I only say this to you, not because I'm trying to lecture you, but because I've myself made this mistake. Okay, who else is thinking this little piece of black plastic stuff is kind of looking a little bit pretty, covered in its little bits of confetti? We're almost done. Okay, all done. Oh, yeah. There's little bits of paper everywhere. So I'll have to clean that up with some baby wipes or something. It is a good idea to don't be me, don't be lazy, clean your dies. So before you're, done, poke all the little bits of paper out. I tend to not do that, but then that's kind of an issue. Petra. You have to have 300 pencils. No, you don't. If you have to have 300 pencils, do your budget a favor and get Crayola. I don't, Prismacolor are fine and all. Fun fact, they're not my favorite. If you're going to buy an art brand, I prefer the Faber-Castell or Stabilo. But do what's you. I would recommend, before you buy all 300, find a website or store that has open stock and go get your favorite colors in the Prismacolor pencils or whatever it is you're thinking about adding to your stash. Try those favorite colors, limit your budget or the quantity to 3 or 5, and then try those. And then if you like them, then add more to your stash. But don't go out and buy a whole set of something you're not even sure you're going to like. And I'm only saying that because I've made that exact mistake. And a lot of times you'll be taking an art class, especially an online class, and they'll give you a materials list. That doesn't mean you need the exact same materials as the teacher. Use what you have. Go through what you have and see if you have something that'll work first. Okay, there we go. Too late. You guys are funny. Before I lose one of my snowflakes, they're going to put the dies away. All right, so I think that's it for today. Well, maybe you do, and maybe you're going to use them if you have all the colors. But there are alternatives to buying every single color of something. You don't feel like you have to. If you want to, that's one thing, but you don't have to. So yeah, so something like the archival and distress inks. If you really love the ink and when you ink, you like a lot of colors and you're not like me that mostly just use black and brown. You don't need a full set of the full size pads. They come in minis. Get the minis, and then you have all the colors that you probably want without having to find storage space for a bunch of full-size ink pads. Because that's the other thing. I'm very blessed at the moment with a really big art room, and I have lots of storage space or possible storage space places, but not everybody has that. And if you have a small room that you're trying to fit a whole bunch of stuff in, maybe one of the ways for you to go is to get some of these supplies in mini version. There's also some really great videos out there for storage solutions for small art studio spaces. And for those that are wondering, I'm just using a baby wipe, and I'm holding up the garbage can to the edge of the table. There's little chads all over the floor, so that's going to have to be done with a broom off camera, but all right, that's done. That was a nice gift to Aunt Beck. And I will say that all of that lecturing aside, and I don't mean to lecture, I did get one of the large Maya gouache sets from one of the kids for Christmas, the really big box. They know I like the gouache and that I'm transitioning my art journaling paint over to matte finish gouache type paints. And that was really a nice gift. And the mini ink sets are great. All right, so I think we're done for the day. I need to clean up now and I need to go eat some lunch and see what it was that was just delivered to my house. But I hope this gives you some kind of ideas to use in your work, to use in your journaling, to use, you know, if you're doing a themed journal like a December daily. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't be afraid to leave something here on the video when the recording goes live. If you're watching the recording, when the recording goes live, when the live goes to recording here on YouTube, leave a question, comment, or concern. If you're connected with me on social media, then tag me in a post or private message me, and I'll see if I can help. And you know, just support the free content and each other how you can on YouTube and in the Facebook art groups, whether it's non-monetarily or otherwise. Let's just be supportive of each other. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay creative. Please wear a mask and go out and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. Everybody have a happy holiday. No matter what holiday you celebrate, whichever one it is, have a happy one. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.